For 3 years, from 2012 to 2015, there was a thing called Bene League. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. The Bene League? This was a league that combined the Belgium female clubs and the Netherlands female clubs together, and they became one league. Now, the Bene League didn't last very long, and it folded in 2015. But what if we did something like that with the men's top divisions? What if all the Belgian clubs from the Belgian Pro League went up against all the Dutch clubs from the Eredivisie in a Champions League style competition? Well, hey, I guess that gave away exactly what we're doing today, my friends. Two wonderful and close neighbors, Belgium and Netherlands, go head to head. Well, their clubs do anyway. This is the way it's going to work. We will have a total of 32 clubs participating. From the Belgian Pro League, we will have every single club, all the 16 clubs that play in the top division. And from the Eredivisie, we will have to match those 16 clubs from Belgium, and they will be the top 15 clubs from the Eredivisie currently, and Telstar. And that is because Julian has been commenting on the channel for a very long time to have Telstar in a video, so we're going to grant him his wish. Even though Telstar sits outside of the top 16, they sit in 17th. We're gonna make an exception for Julian because he's been asking for what seems like an eternity, guys. Because we're gonna have a total of 32 clubs, 16 from Belgium and 16 from the Netherlands, we will have 8 groups of 4, but every single group will have 2 clubs from the Belgian Pro League and 2 clubs from the Dutch Eredivisie. That way, the Belgian clubs and the Dutch clubs can go head to head right away during the group stage matches. For every group, we will spin the Eredivisie wheel, and we will spin the Belgian Pro League wheel. And afterwards, we are going to crown a winner. Which club will win this competition? Will it be a club from the Netherlands? Will it be a club from Belgium? I don't know. You don't know, but we're gonna find out. And let me know down in the comments which club you're cheering for, by the way, as we begin. And also hit the like button, the subscribe button with a little noti bell as well, if you like this kind of stuff, because it's always fun. I am very excited to start spinning the wheels and find out exactly which Belgian clubs and which Dutch clubs will be in each groups. We're gonna start with 2 clubs for Group A from the Belgian Pro League. And the first club from the Belgian Pro League that is going into Group A, it will be Genk. Which second club from Belgium will be paired up with Genk in Group A? And it will be Ghent. So it's Ghent and Genk in Group A. But now we gotta spin the Eredivisie wheel and find 2 clubs from the Netherlands that will be joining Ghent and Genk in Group A. And the first club from the Dutch Eredivisie, it will be Troy Parrott and AZ Alkmaar. Troy Parrott, the Republic of Ireland national hero, welcome to Group A with your club. And one more club from the Eredivisie to complete Group A, and it will be, dude, this is the group of death. It has to be. It's PSV. Genk, Ghent, AZ Alkmaar, PSV, that is your Group A. Back we go to the Belgian Pro League wheel to find 2 clubs from Belgium for Group B. And the first Belgian club that'll go into Group B, it will be Sporting Charleroi. The second club to join Sporting Charleroi in Group B will be Raal Lalouvière. We have Sporting Charleroi and Raal Lalouvière from Belgium in Group B, and now we gotta find 2 clubs from the Netherlands that will go into Group B and join Raal and Sporting Charleroi, and the first one will be NAC Breda. One more Dutch club to complete Group B, and that club will be Go Ahead Eagles. Welcome to Group B. I just love how these groups are working out, man. Look at Group B. It's Sporting Charleroi, Raal, NAC Breda, and Go Ahead Eagles. 2 of those clubs will be in the round of 16. Back to Belgium we go once again to start Group C. The first Belgian club, excuse me, that is going into Group C, Royal Antwerp or Cercle Bruges? It is Royal Antwerp. Joining Royal Antwerp in Group C as the second Belgian club, well, there's Cercle Bruges. It will be Cercle Bruges. So it's Royal Antwerp and Cercle Bruges from the Belgian Pro League in Group C, and the 2 Dutch clubs that will join them in Group C. The first one will be FC Volendam. Welcome to Group C. And to complete Group C with the last remaining Eredivisie club, Sparta Rotterdam, also welcome to Group C. We are going back to Belgium for the 4th time to start figuring out Group D. The first Belgian Pro League club that is gonna go into Group D, OH Leuven. Which Belgian club will join OH Leuven in Group D? Will it be Dender? No, it will be Westerlo. OH Leuven and Westerlo are awaiting their Dutch opponents, and the first opponent from the Netherlands that is going into Group D will be Zwolle or Heerenveen. It will be Heerenveen, guys. Still a few big clubs remain. Ajax is there, Feyenoord is there, Twente, Utrecht, Telstar is still available. Who will be the last Dutch Eredivisie team into Group D? That club will be, We just called it. It's Feyenoord, and they're going to be definitely the favorite in this group. Halfway done, 2 more Belgian Pro League clubs for Group E. This is what Group E will look like. The first club, it will be Standard Liège. Yes, Standard Liège. And the second Belgian club to join Standard Liège in Group E, it is the reigning champs. It is Royal Union Saint-Gilloise with the Canadian international Promise David. Now, if we get an Ajax and FC26, FC Utrecht into Group E, it'll make the group very competitive. The first Dutch Eredivisie team that is going into Group E, it will not be either of the ones that I mentioned. It will be Fortuna Sittard. Standard Liège, Royal Union Saint-Gilloise, Fortuna Sittard, and the last club from the Dutch Eredivisie that is going into Group E, it will be PEC Zwolle. Maybe a battle for second place in Group E, but I think Royal Union Saint-Gilloise are the big dogs here. Group F, the first Belgian club that is going into Group F, Sint-Truiden. Welcome to Group F. And the second Belgian club to join Sint-Truiden in Group F, Dender. Which 2 clubs from the Netherlands will join Sint-Truiden and Dender in Group F? FC26 will join them. That's the first club. And the second Dutch club will be FC Utrecht. I don't know if Sint-Truiden and Dender can compete with Twente and Utrecht, guys. But maybe I'm wrong. I mean, who knows, right? Only 2 groups left to seed. Back we go to the Belgian Pro League to find 2 clubs for Group G. The first club from the Belgian Pro League to go into Group G, it will be Zulte Waregem. And the second one will be, there's 2 big clubs remaining. Club Brugge is on here. Anderlecht is still on here. It will be Club Brugge that goes into Group G. The 2 Eredivisie clubs that go and join Zulte Waregem and Club Brugge in Group G, the first one will be NEC Nijmegen. And the second Eredivisie club to join Group G will be FC Groningen. Welcome to Group G, my friends. Club Brugge, the big heavy hitter here, but second place, I think, is up for grabs. This means the 2 remaining Belgian Pro League clubs in Anderlecht and KV Mechelen, they will go into Group H. And they will be joined by the 2 remaining clubs from the Eredivisie, which are Ajax and Telstar. We are ready to rock and roll, my friends. All the groups are set. It is Belgium versus the Netherlands in its Champions League format. All the clubs are where they're supposed to be. So let's go to the end of the group stage matches. 2 clubs from each group will advance to the round of 16. Let our Bene League Champions League begin, I guess. Our Belgium versus Netherlands Champions League group stage matches have come to an end, guys, and these are the clubs that are progressing in every single group. The top 2 advance to the round of 16. In Group A, it will be PSV, as expected. Top 3 wins from 3. And a Belgian side in Ghent. AZ Alkmaar and Genk, they both fall a little bit short, so it is PSV and Ghent that progress. In Group B, we got Go Ahead Eagles top, with Sporting Charleroi in second. Once again, a club from the Eredivisie and a club from the Belgian Pro League. And the same thing happened in Group C. It is a club from the Netherlands and a club from Belgium that progressed to the round of 16. Sparta Rotterdam come in first. Cercle Bruges follows them in a close second. Volendam and Antwerp, they were competitive, but not close enough. Group D, also the same thing. We got Feyenoord topping the group from the Eredivisie on 6 points, and Westerlo is in second from the Belgian Pro League. Heerenveen were close. OH Leuven were also quite competitive with 2 draws, but Heerenveen and Leuven are eliminated. While in Group E, it is 2 clubs from Belgium that progress. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise, as expected, to finish first, as they did, and then it is Standard Liège. So Zwolle and Fortuna Sittard are both gone. Big surprise in Group F. FC Utrecht tops the group on 7 points, but then Sint-Truiden from Belgium, they come in second. Dender is in third, and FC26, what happened? 0-1-2. They lost 2 out of their 3 matches, went winless only on a single point, so Dender and Twente are gone. And in Group G, we all thought that Club Brugge would top this group, but they didn't. It's NEC Nijmegen that tops it on 7 points from the Eredivisie, and Club Brugge is in second, so they still progress. Groningen and Zulte Waregem. Groningen was actually quite decent. 3 draws from 3. They are 1 point back of Club Brugge. And Zulte Waregem, unfortunately, only drew 1 match and lost the other 2. The last and final group, Group H. Telstar. tell this was the closest group, guys. 5 points for Telstar, and they topped the group going undefeated, only ahead of Ajax, who also progressed. So both Eredivisie sides go forward. While Mechelen and Anderlecht, they are both eliminated. I would have expected Anderlecht to do so much better here. Every single club won a match in this group, though. This brings us to the round of 16, where it will be Feyenoord versus Standard Liège. Ajax will take on Go Ahead Eagles. NSC Nijmegen will take on Sporting Charleroi. PSV versus Sint-Truiden. Telstar versus Club Brugge. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise versus Cercle Bruges. Sparta Rotterdam versus Ghent. FC Utrecht versus Westerlo. Let's figure out these round of 16 results and the clubs that are moving to the quarterfinals. Feyenoord versus Standard Liège. Feyenoord surely are the favorites, and Feyenoord should progress, but they don't progress. Feyenoord is out. Standard Liège in extra time through Ayensa? Okay, hello. You're the hero now. Standard Liège eliminates Feyenoord. This is a massive shock here. Wow, what is happening? The next round of 16 matchup, an all Eredivisie fixture. Go Ahead Eagles hosting Ajax, and even though Ajax is away, it should be them winning, but it's not. Oh my gosh. Feyenoord is gone. Ajax is gone. Go Ahead Eagles progress through Smit in the 89th minute. I just knew if we did this, we're gonna have absolute cinema. Nijmegen versus Sporting Charleroi to also get to the quarterfinals, the last stage. One of them will be there, and that club will be NEC Nijmegen. PSV versus Sint-Truiden, guys. Netherlands versus Belgium. The club that progresses to the round of 8. PSV very, very comfortably 4-0. Can Telstar from the Netherlands continue their magical journey? They have a very tough opponent in Club Brugge, a top club in Belgium. I just don't think they can do it. Oh my gosh. Wow, they were so good. 4-3, losing only in extra time. But Club Brugge, they were always the favorite here, right? They absolutely peppered Telstar. 10 shots, 7 chances, scoring 4 times. Another Bruges club is up next. It is Cercle Bruges taking on Royal Union Saint-Gilloise from Belgium with Promise David. Now, who wins this one? It is Royal Union Saint-Gilloise through Promise David. He scores the match-winning goal. 3-2, Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. They advance. Only 2 more round of 16 fixtures to go, and this is an interesting one. Sparta Rotterdam hosting Ghent. Yes. Now, who progresses here? Sparta Rotterdam. Upsets Ghent? Is this an upset? You guys let me know down in the comments. A lot of big clubs are just flying out of the competition here. And the last one, Utrecht hosting Westerlo. On paper, I think Utrecht. I think it has to be Utrecht, but it's not, bro. Okay, it's Westerlo. It's not Utrecht. They're out. Westerlo were absolutely dominated. They only had 41% possession. They had 2 chances, and they scored both of them. This is actually unbelievable. Look at these round of 8 fixtures, the quarterfinals. Standard Liège versus Go Ahead Eagles. One of them will be in the semis. NEC Nijmegen versus PSV. Club Brugge taking on Royal Union Saint-Gilloise. That is a huge matchup. And then it's Sparta Rotterdam versus Westerlo. One of them will also be in the last 4. Well, will it be Standard Liège from Belgium or Go Ahead Eagles from the Netherlands as the first club to make it to the semifinals of this Champions League? It will be Go Ahead Eagles. They go ahead in the 79th minute and win it 3-2. An absolutely magical run by the Go Ahead Eagles here. They're in the semis. Are they going to be able to make the final? We're asking a lot of NEC Nijmegen here to beat PSV. Are they able to do it? Are they able to upset PSV and also reach the semifinals? No, they are not able to do so, and Nijmegen are eliminated, with PSV also going to the last 4. And to be fair, PSV was just much better. 62% possession. They had more shots, more chances, more goals. Now this one I do not know. Currently, as I'm looking at the Belgian Pro League standings, it is the top 2 clubs in Belgium. It is Royal Union Saint-Gilloise versus Club Brugge. First versus second in the league, in their own respective league IRL right now, but only one of them will progress to the semis here. This is a massive matchup. Oh, Royal Union Saint-Gilloise, they get the better of Club Brugge in extra time again, and they took a red card and they still won. They still won after Lysen took a yellow in the second and a second yellow in the 60th, and they still managed to score twice after that with a man down. Our last quarterfinal fixture, Sparta Rotterdam from the Netherlands versus Westerlo from Belgium. I can't believe one of them is going to be in the last four, but this is why we make these types of videos. This is why we love this type of stuff. One of these clubs is going to be in the semifinals, and it's the Sparta Rotterdam club from the Netherlands. It's a narrow win for Sparta Rotterdam. They progress. This is what we got. We got Go Ahead Eagles versus PSV. That's our first semifinal. And the second one is Royal Union Saint-Gilloise versus Sparta Rotterdam. So actually, it's three clubs from the Eredivisie: Go Ahead Eagles, PSV, and Sparta Rotterdam. They're all clubs from the Netherlands, and Royal Union Saint-Gilloise is the lonely club that remains from Belgium. Who will be our first finalist? Go Ahead Eagles versus PSV. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh! Are you a Go Ahead Eagles fan? If you are, wow. Wow, PSV is gone. Unbelievable. They dominated the game. More shots, more chances, more possession. They scored twice, but their defense was poor. And Goodmine, Kenzo Goodmine, I believe that's his first name, shocks the world in the 83rd minute and sends Go Ahead Eagles to the Netherlands versus Belgium Champions League final. Will Sparta Rotterdam be able to do the same thing to Royal Union Saint-Gilloise? Lyson, remember, because he took the 2 yellows, he's suspended for this match. He cannot play. He will have to be replaced. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise, the last club from Belgium that remains, versus Sparta Rotterdam. Either way, we're going to have a very, very intriguing final. Which club will join the Go Ahead Eagles in this final? Dude, wow, wow, wow. Scenes, absolute scenes. It's going to be an all-Dutch final, guys. But it's not the clubs that we expect to be there. Royal Union Saint-Gilloise is shocked away by Sparta Rotterdam. 1-0. Barely squeezing by, but sometimes that's all you need. This is just an unbelievable final that we got here, guys. Go Ahead Eagles versus Sparta Rotterdam. Both clubs from the Eredivisie. So we know it'll be an Eredivisie club that will win this Belgium versus Netherlands competition. But the clubs that are in the final, like, it's not PSV, it's not Feyenoord, it's not AZ Alkmaar, it's not Twente or Utrecht. It's Go Ahead Eagles and Sparta Rotterdam. What's going on here? Let's get this Belgium versus Netherlands Champions League final underway. It is 2 Netherlands clubs that are in this final. Go Ahead Eagles versus Sparta Rotterdam. What a final we have on our hands. Now, I really don't know much about Sparta Rotterdam. I do know some things about the Go Ahead Eagles, primarily because I did make a video on them on my other channel. So if you want to go and watch that video, you're more than welcome to. They won the KNVB Cup. That I know. They qualified for the Europa League. They beat Aston Villa in the Europa League, and they have control and possession of the ball right now. And Sparta Rotterdam, I really don't know much about. I really don't. So maybe some of you can educate me on Sparta Rotterdam. I would love to know more about the club. El Taif Van Aanholt. I know that name. That guy I know. Rotterdam in possession. Kitolano. Lauritsen. Rotterdam looking to open up the scoring. Kitolano again. Passes it to absolutely nobody. Broom on the ball. Margaret. Down the right-hand side for Go Ahead Eagles. Margaret. In the corner. Where to? There's Smith. Margaret again. Edge of the box. Lindhorst. From distance. Surai! Surai scored against Aston Villa. That I know as well. And so did... Who is the other one? The right back. The right back. Was it Dale scored, I think, as well? Van Bergen. Toornstra. This is end-to-end here. Great pass to Van Bergen. Rotterdam. Back post. Dale gets it out. 28 minutes have been played. We are looking for a winner. We are looking for a champion. But first, we are looking for a goal in this final. A very, very unique final. A final that we've never had before on the channel. And we all love to see that, don't we? We love shining some light on some clubs that maybe not necessarily get enough exposure. And this is the epitome of that exactly. Lindhorst. Out wide he goes to Margaret again, who's had a lot of the ball on this right side for Go Ahead Eagles. He'll pass it inside to Broom. Broom. Surai. Surai gets around one, makes a nice pass. Smith! It's blocked by Bruno Martins-Indy. I know that name as well. It's going to be a corner. James will take this corner for Go Ahead Eagles. Have they been the better club so far? Maybe they have just by a tad, but Sparta Rotterdam have been in the Go Ahead Eagles final third. They just haven't really created that much. Toornstra. Kitolano. They've had the ball as well. It's a very even game. Very even final. Sambo. Kitolano. Lauritsen. I think if we get a first goal, it'll really open up. Taif. Kitolano. Ball roll to nobody. And there is half time. 0-0. Another 45 to go in the most random final ever. Kickoff time in the second half. Clement. And he gives it right away. Gives it away to the go-ahead Eagles. Little bit sloppy. Out wide. Mullenstein. Broom. He's also seen the ball quite a bit with Margaret. Throw in for the go-ahead Eagles in the 50th minute. Margaret will take this toss and it'll go to Broom, back to Margaret. Will he put it in the box? Yes, he will. Lindhorst. Broom. Lindhorst again. Schmidt. Creative from the go-ahead Eagles. Just not going through. We just haven't seen, I was gonna say, that quality yet, and that was a magnificent pass, but the second pass was just ay. Will they find a way? Van Aanholt. Left side, El Taif. Toornstra. This is good. This is much better. In the box it goes. Oh, we could have had a worldie if not for that defensive effort. In the 65th, it's still 0-0. El Taif again. Doing a lot. Toornstra. Back post. De Boer will collect for go-ahead Eagles, and he'll go fast to Surai. He's had a couple opportunities, but they were both blocked. Another attack proves empty for go-ahead Eagles, and Sparta Rotterdam recover, and then go-ahead Eagles recover. Ay, guys. The passes, they got to be a little bit more accurate here from both clubs. They're trying to break each other down, and it's just not working. It's really not working. 83rd minute. The next goal will win it. If we get a goal, we might go to extra time 0-0. I don't know. Dangerous attack for Sparta Rotterdam. This is very, very dangerous. Looks promising. Extremely promising. Van Aanholt. Van Bergen. Off the post. Oh, De Boer. De Boer saves. And they go the other way. Maybe. In stoppage time, maybe go-ahead Eagles can win it. Can they pull it off? After Sparta Rotterdam hit the post. Lindhorst. Surai. Oh. One pass away. The ref is still letting them play. Martin Zindi with a crucial defensive effort. We are going to go to extra time. A frantic last 5 minutes or so where both clubs had incredible chances, but it is still 0-0. Well, we're going to have at least 30 more, and here comes the first 15 of the extra time. Pettersson has come on for go-ahead Eagles. I'm not sure for who. For Margaret. Okay, and he gives the ball right away. Duivenstein also came on for Toornstra for Sparta Rotterdam. So both clubs have made a pair of changes. A single pair of changes. Kitolano will go out wide. El Taif will collect. He's been exciting to watch. Clement. Sparta Rotterdam forward. El Taif. Clement. Gives it away. Good build-up play from the go-ahead Eagles. Good ball to Pettersson. Pettersson. Back to Broom. Pettersson, and he's offside. Wow, he's come on and he has not been good. First he gave the ball away and then he goes offside. And Sparta Rotterdam will just kick it out, and that's the first 15. Another 15 to go, or it's 15 in penalties. It'll be one or the other. Kitolano, Sambo. Sparta Rotterdam begin with the possession. More changes for both clubs. Sambo for Rotterdam. Van Bergen. Kitolano. Lauritsen, he'll go out wide. Dale will recover. Nauber, Dale, Millenstein, Tankstead, he's come on. Schmidt is still on for go-ahead Eagles. Pettersson, will he have a better second half of extra time? Because the first one was not great. Schmidt can't get around Martin Zindi. I think we're going to go 0-0, guys. We're going to go to penalties at 0-0. It's going to be decided on pens unless something very, very dramatic happens here in the next minute or two. Van Bergen, Sparta Rotterdam, really with the last opportunity of the game to win it here. Kitolano gets around the defender. Kitolano forward. Kramer is there, and I think the ref is going to call it. Yes, 0-0. Penalties are going to decide this one. Well, it will be go-ahead Eagles first. Schmidt. Straight at Drommel. Wow, it's saved. Lauritsen now against De Boer. Sparta Rotterdam can take the lead. He goes down the middle as well. 1-0 Sparta Rotterdam. Surai must respond for the go-ahead Eagles here against Drommel. And he does. He also goes down the middle. It is 1-1. Kitolano can give Sparta Rotterdam the lead unless De Boer saves it. Oh, and he almost got there. 2-1 Sparta. Pettersson versus Drommel. Pettersson, he must bury this one. He does. He does. It's 2-2. But once again, Van Bergen can give Sparta Rotterdam the lead here. And he does. That is a superb finish. 3-2 Sparta Rotterdam. Tankstedt for Go Ahead Eagles. Go Ahead Eagles need to keep scoring. Oh, I thought he missed it. Off the post, and then it's 3-3. And now the booster. I mean, he's got to make a save at some point here. El Taif. Down the middle. 4-3 Sparta Rotterdam. Dale has to score against Drommel. If Drommel saves it, Sparta Rotterdam wins. If Dale scores, they are still alive. Dale versus Drommel. No, 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 says Drommel. 2 saves during the pens, and Go Ahead Eagles fall short in this final via penalties. It is Sparta Rotterdam. 16 clubs from the Belgian Pro League, 16 clubs from the Eredivisie, and we had an all Eredivisie final, an unexpected one. Go Ahead Eagles versus Sparta Rotterdam, and on penalties, 0-0. Drommel made 2 saves and gets Sparta Rotterdam this Champions League trophy. Congratulations to Sparta Rotterdam. Congratulations to the Go Ahead Eagles and the few Belgian clubs that did make it deep. Take care of yourselves, guys. Take care of each other. Stay happy, stay healthy. Always keep smiling. If you have any other cool ideas like this one or something else, please let me know down in the comments and we'll make sure to do it. And if you are a Sparta Rotterdam fan, wow, wow, wow. There you have it. Peace, 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 peace. I love you as always. Peace.